With ever-changing weather conditions, it's been hard to get a consistent feel for the car. And we've had to make tough choices about which tyres to use when. But now, the weather's well and truly made its mind up. Rain. And lots of it. Which puts all of us on edge.
Today, Tiff starts the race, and today, no way, it's a wet race.
Before the race, it's all planning and thinking. Trying to predict where the problem's going to come to try and avoid them.
We modify the stop of the car.
We changed the damper settings, springs, the rear wings, and the front anti-roll bar, and of course, the tires.
The car's suspension is made softer for a wet race. The aim is to give it more traction, to make it less snappy and more controllable. Of course, once the flags drop or the lights go green, it's just instinct and reaction. You don't really plan at all.
The starting position is third place, and we are almost in the front, so I'm confident about that.
Mario may be confident, but I'll be the one taking our car around its first lap in torrential rain. Monza is a tough track in the dry. In the wet, it's even worse. The first big challenge is the chicane at the end of the straight. On a dry track, you'll slam on the brakes at around the 150-metre mark. In the rain, I'll find out when I get there. Then it's the Curva Grande, flat out in the dry, but right on the limit in the wet. After the second chicane, it's Lesmo 1. The biggest challenge will be stopping the nose running wide as the front wheels struggle for grip. Next, Lesmo 2. The braking point is usually the 50-metre board, but I'll have to brake earlier and more gently before being very careful on the way out. The curb will be very slippery. Then Ascari, a key overtaking point, which I need to make the most of. Before heading to the famous Parabolica. And then hard back on the throttle for a fast run down the finishing straight. The all-time lap record is 1 minute 21.046 seconds, set by Rubens Barrichello in a Ferrari F1 car in 2004. Today, on the warm-up lap before the race, I'd honestly be pleased if I can do a 2 minutes 21.
This is 100% concentration. You can't see anything. I don't think I'm going to be talking too much in this. We're racing.
Starting in third position, I went cautiously into the first chicane, already under pressure from behind.
You can't see the corner, you can't see where to turn.
Down to the second chicane, and the pressure mounted. Time to close the door.
Whoa, where's he going?
But driving the guest car, I couldn't be so rude again. Fourth place. And a lap later, still not confident with the ABS brakes, I decided discretion was the better part of valour.
I keep braking too early. I'm not up for this late braking lunacy.
Having got used to the car's understeer and ABS brakes in the wet, I held fifth position until Mario took over. For me, the car just lacked grip at the front. So, like any racer, I tried to put some blame onto the mechanics.
Well, it was full round the Curva Grande, but the Parabolic had too much understeer.
Starting race 2 was obviously a bit of a worrying thing with the rain pouring down. I'd driven the car in such conditions. So I just took it probably a bit too easy. But the pace was good, the handling was good, it was understeering quite a bit. I was more than happy to bring it back into the pits in 5th place. Mario then dropped down to about 8th, I think. But started fighting back up through. And now it's 5th, 6th, 7th, nose to tail. Got us back up to 5th at the end with pressure from behind him. Mario's last lap was tough. He was being hounded by 2 cars, desperate to get back past him. As we waited for him to appear, we didn't know if he'd held his position.
5th place!
He had, and we were delighted.
I have a new best friend in my life, Mario.
While we didn't get another place on the podium, we'd had a third and a fifth. And out of 17 starters, we were pretty happy with that.
You have a good race.
Racing this £250,000 machine with help from Lamborghini's finest had been a privilege. It was just a shame that the ever-changing weather conditions didn't give us a chance to really get on top of our Gallardo's handling. And of course, drivers being drivers, it's always the car's fault.
And here, left 2 tightens to 5. Oh, this is camber. This is the horrible one.
You could see that his confidence was there and he went a little quicker.